We believe at New Story that we can start printing homes at the end of this year for around $4,000.
It's usually reserved for things like gadget prototyping, but 3D printing may have finally found its biggest real-world use. This Austin, Texas home was built in less than 24 hours using a concrete-based printer developed by tech startup Icon and nonprofit housing provider New Story. Though it's not the first or even fastest built 3D printed home, it is the first 3D printed home to be permitted for habitation in the US, and it represents a realistic construction method that New Story plans to take to developing countries to build communities of full-size homes at a combination of faster and cheaper than it or really any organization has ever done.
Our homes that we build at New Story now through traditional methods are about $6,500. We think that with 3D printing, we can get that number down to $4,000. Again, we are building entire communities. And one of the reasons why New Story believes we can get our costs lower than some of the other 3D printed homes is because of economies of scale.
The more than 100 600 to 800 square foot homes New Story has planned for construction in El Salvador, its first 3D printed community project, will be built cheaper, not necessarily because of technical tweaks, but mostly by buying materials in large, cost-cutting quantities, a scheme other 3D printed home builders have yet to take on.
Existing companies that have 3D printed prototype homes, they're really focusing on developed world context. So instead of waiting for profit motivations, the type of very durable but simple homes that we are building in the developing world is one of the best applications that we can use this tech for right now.
3D printing construction in El Salvador will kick off this year, with New Story currently accepting donations and sponsors on its website. And since after New Story successfully builds its first communities of 3D printed homes, it plans to outsource its methods to governments or organizations that want to follow its lead, you might expect that affordable 3D printed homes that look like this one could soon be coming in awfully fast, both around the world and here in the US.
The next step is seeing who else can use this to help more people.